Sim is a very, very good dark host candidate. SnowStorm is what he goes by in this tournament. A lot of you know him as Sim. I will say this, one thing that Sim did back in 2019, TBD3, he was actually the winner of the Pump It Up Lowers bracket back in 2019. So shout out to him. You know?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great player. Again, he is one of the great multitaskers.
Yep.
At Storm this year, I had to hunt him down because he was in the middle of kicking ass in a third strike tournament.
Yep.
So he's
an excellent third strike player, excellent Tetris player. He's a Tetris Grandmaster.
Yes, I was gonna say he's a Tetris Grandmaster player. He's in every. He is a jack of all trades and sort of a master of all trades.
I think he's 10th Dan in 2DX. So, I mean, you look at that, it's just, and then of course CDR. Like, he's just fantastic across all of them.
He played at Byte. I believe he played every dance game. He may not have played ITG.
Probably not Dance Rush either. I don't think he plays Dance Rush.
But Byte didn't have a Dance Rush.
Oh, they did? Okay.
I think he may have been in SMX, DDR, Pump, and ITG. I'm not positive.
Running the gauntlet.
But yeah, he just loves.
I don't know where he has the stamina. I don't know
he
how
loves
like
the game.
He keeps it.
When you love games as much as Sim does, you find
it is a true passion
a third leg, so to speak, of stamina.
Yeah, absolutely.
You find a hollow leg, an extra reserve that is just like
an extra tank. It's like the energy tanks in Mega Man, right? You just have them in the back of your pocket and he gets them. Now, look, MCAT's had some amazing matches already today. LFK, right? Those LFK matches where it came down to like one step. So hyped. So can she keep up with Sim?
These are two of the sweethearts of the community. I think
she can. I think this is going to be amazing.
I love both of these people. They're both very friendly. And I can't wait to see
Pillars of the community here. Let's see what they do. Street Showdown. This is a chart that makes or breaks people, so we're going to really, really see something.
I love FA3. I love Nisans 2. I love all of these like Exceed 1, Exceed 2 era like semi-boss charts.
Right there. Those just twisty. I would almost call them pump Scoobies, you know?
Yeah, but no one, you'll notice Sim is not even considering doing them, and he's comboing it.
Yeah.
Sim is just saying, you know what, I'm going to face forward, I'll take a great or a good here and there, and I'll make sure I hit these notes.
Yep.
Right now
he's playing very flat-footed is what I'm noticing. He's controlling his steps very, very cleanly. MCAT is really pushing more towards a little bit of those double steps, right? You're seeing a little bit more of it. But she's getting very consistent on the freezes and keeping those combos through. You just saw it right there.
Watching MCAT's form, I feel like she's, as the song is going on, learning what she needs to do. At the beginning, it felt like maybe she was not fully aware of like what the idiosyncrasies of the chart is, and now she is just like, she's playing forward, she's trying really hard to hit. She's doing a great job. She's cheating these M runs phenomenally.
But the death run, they both had some misses there. That's okay. It's going to come down to that combo again because both of them had a few trip-ups. I think M had a little bit more, but Sim's struggling a little bit too.
I think M is getting slightly,
I think she's tired. She's been in 4 matches now.
Playing a lot.
Fighting through it though, like definitely getting like her energy tank back, right?
And she is
finishing strong.
Right? Sim, it looked like maybe missed a little bit of the beginning of the freeze. Both players did a great job of,
Look at that.
Yeah, Sim by a tiny margin. Sim with one more perfect, but 4 fewer bads, 5 fewer bads, 4 fewer misses.
Right.
And those non-combos, like I said at the very
beginning.
beginning.
Between the good and the bad and the misses.
Like I said at the beginning, Sim immediately recognized right in front of me is the wonkiest, strangest pivoting that the world has ever seen. I am just going to face forward, and I'm going to get the notes.
Yeah,
I'm not going to necessarily hit perfects because it's impossible to hit these cleanly.
He wasn't trying to. You know, he was just trying to survive through it, and he really, really did.
And that was it. That was the margin of difference. That was what put him over the top. So he did a great job. And MCAT did an amazing job too. I would guess MCAT probably is not super familiar with that chart. Based on the way she was playing it, like I would guess that this was like not a sight read necessarily, but something that she was really like gaining exposure to. And as she was playing it, she was learning how to handle it, which was really cool to watch. And
now,
again, it was
slight clarification. I don't think they're playing for scores. Or songs. Like I don't think it's 2 out of 3 and then the person gets exited. I think they're taking combined scores from everybody in the pool and then ranking them. Right?
Yeah. So it's not head-to-head pure, but it's fun to like while they're playing. It's fun to treat as though it's a head-to-head.
It's also a gauge, right? So Gloria, right? So Gloria, another one added in XX. Right?
Second to last XX patch. Second to last XX patch. Very fast song.
Right.
Preposterously fast. 250, 260 BPM. So
very much like Windmill.
Yes.
Right? So
Windmill on steroids, I would say.
Or just that fast BPM, right?
Yep.
You got to prepare for it.
Those
now
double taps.
Sim's got a couple of misses here. MCAT is taking advantage of that right now. Oh, but unfortunately steps out of it.
And you can see right there, MCAT, I think, tried to turn that like slowish M run. Sim faced forward and got maybe 1 or 2 greats that he didn't want, but still hit everything, and that's a huge difference.
But they're both playing so gutsy right now. So gutsy. Gloria was such a good addition. Reverse Harvest calls that out right in the chat. An absolute fire. You're absolutely right. These are 2 of the top pillars of the community. They're both great organizers. They're so kind. And just seeing their talent on display right now is a privilege.
You see Sim is doing such a great job. He's using his ankles really, really well right now to
I noticed that he's not playing flat-footed anymore.
Crossovers. He's really killing it. Here's a tough
the brackets triple both up.
Yep. Like I was saying earlier when we saw Hyacinth, this is the difficulty range where you start to really see brackets used heavily.
And this is such a good chart to test you in a myriad of skills, right? You have to be on your toes for all of it. And it's a fantastic addition to the game with a great chart. So
Sim is mixing up, doing the crossovers and kind of double stepping them.
Yep. And the tricky ending right there, just the hold, because Pump does that. Pump does that. You think it's going to be over, but if you step off too quickly, bam, right?
Yep.
Or if you don't see that last arrow coming, bam.
And Sim, again, wins by a tiny, like razor-thin margin. And again, the difference is 6 non-combos fewer for Sim.
Yep.
Even though Sim did have 12 more perfects, but it's largely those 6 non-combos, I think, that were the difference in the score.
Now, here's a question.
Both of them, great performances.
Does M's been running for a while now,
yes.
right? Does M have enough in the tank to keep up with Sim on Street Showdown? Because this is going to be one of those charts. Again, I said it earlier, make it or break it type charts. And Zella was talking about it. It is a well overdue chart, re-rate, right? This is the one that's tripped people up for
Sim
a while.
right, 5 to the right. Right.
There it is.
There we go.
Again, iconic video, iconic song, but one of those that, you know, it was very much, I think it was a title song, actually, if I remember correctly. Chat, please tell me what
it is.
title
it's,
it was.
Twist 2 or something like that?
Twist 1. It's one of the early Twist ones. But yeah, you definitely got a title for Triple S or
this has
Double S.
This has, if I remember correctly, this has like the crazy like box turns, right? Where it's like up left, down right, like and you're just going back.
Step, bump.
Right,
and then the runs. Step, bump.
But
you got to be prepared for it.
All the way, like like you're going. Oh yeah. This chart's amazing.
And it starts off so nice and smooth, but then it just gets really, really hard.
It's evil.
That right there.
I love those patterns. The thing is, these weird freeze turns.
Yep.
Also,
look, both of them were handling the freezes pretty well. It was those early stomps that kind of threw them off.
The thing is, this song, while it is quite weird. Oh, here, this is it. This is the Soflon coming up here. This stream coming out. Both of these players are so clean.
Yep.
That even if they're not mega familiar with a chart like this,
they are hitting those turns so
cleanly. They know how to handle these kinds of patterns because they're given to you just slowly enough that you can figure out on the spot.
And Sim knows this chart really, really well.
Yeah,
that's why he was able to keep it to a 500 combo.
Yeah.
So. Absolute banger. Absolutely one of the best. But again,
the gimmick is gone. Okay, I was like, why is there not a gimmick here?
Yeah.
I was like, why is there not a gimmick here? That's why. I'm not an idiot. For once in my life, I actually knew what was going on.
Such a tricky step. There's no way. There's no other game. There's no other chart that's an S15 that has those patterns. That pattern right there at the end.
It's
absolutely wild. You can say it's a 13. No, that I like the re-rate, honestly. And look at that again.
Very, very good performance.
Sim was able to put
players,
his knowledge on display.
Sim really killed it. Again, like you said, MCAT's got to be worn down. Got to be tiring to play as many sets of Pump. I don't know if she's also. I mean, I assume she's also entered in DDR. I don't know if she's playing both games.
She is. She was in the women's tournament as well. So like,
yeah.
fatigue does set in over time, right? Even though you're not playing back-to-back and you get a little bit of breathing room and everything else, it can still take it out of you.
Yep. And again, like I said earlier too, she played very good, very well the whole time, but Sim just played out of his, great. Like, that's the thing. No matter how well you play on your songs, if the other person just has an even better day than you just go throw your hands up and say, well, I did my best.
I did my best. And that's all you can do.
And MCAT cannot be disappointed at all with how she played. She played amazingly well. She's done great all throughout this tournament.
Right.
And Sim is just, also, and to be fair, to Sim's credit, Sim has also been playing a lot, right? This is at least his second pool, if not his third pool.
I think it's the second.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's also playing DDR, and if he wasn't in the challenges event yesterday. I mean, so both of them going hard, great matchup, and now we've got the Michigan crew back on the stage. If they're warming up with Blazing, I'm very excited. I don't think they are.
They're going to Final Audition 3. I think they already did their warm-up stuff.
Yeah.
But RC1 and Malkier, again, shout out Michigan, right?
Yep.
The Michigan guys are in the house. We've got some Michigan people in the chat as well, so shout out to y'all.
There's something a little heretical to me about playing on AV573. I feel like it's betraying the game. It's against the spirit of Pump It Up.
Yeah. I mean, then you get those charts where you have to play it on 999, right? Some of those gimmicky charts. Like Loki, I think they took the gimmicks out in Phoenix, but...
There's no way they took the gimmicks
I think so,
out of Loki.
yeah.
No
That's
way.
what I heard. But
all right,
we'll
here we go. Again, I'm excited to see how the players will approach these tourney streams here at the beginning, because it's very easy to get mixed up if you try to do the pivots correctly. But if you...
Like that right there. That trips up so many people.
Oh my gosh,
because you get that cross under leading into the up arrow. It's very, very difficult without a double step.
Was so crisp there. A few small errors, but they don't even feel like they were errors watching it. It was like he had his feet in the right place.
Oh yeah, so Haru called that out. You don't need to play anything on 999 anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it was charming, but all right. So back to the match. We've got RC1's going up to the 300 mark right now. Malkier's staying with him though, and then RC1's here. Can Malkier take care of this? No, unfortunately drops it. Who is going to take advantage of the mistakes? Both of them have a few under their belt now.
Anytime I see someone actually do all of these crossovers, they both dropped the burst, but
almost
again,
at the same time. And then RC1 came up with another one.
Like in the old days, that's not a death knell for your score.
No.
And it's important for both players to try their hardest here all the way to the end.
Fight through
because it's not just about the person next to them. They also are playing against two other players.
Yep.
And if their score...
and Malkier picked up about 6 because he missed a freeze.
Yep.
So this is going to come down to, they both struggled with it towards that back half.
Yeah.
First half, they were really, really solid in their combos. But here's where it's going to come down to.
Oh,
right there.
Malkier with the...
You got a broken A over here, but a higher score of 20K.
Yep.
Even though the higher combo was over here on RC1's side.
Comes down, and this is an example of the modern system. A huge difference in perfect count is what put Malkier over the top. A huge difference in perfect count. That might not have been the case in previous mixes, but that 60 or 70 perfect gap is a big thing to strive for. A big
100%.
A big goal. And as I was saying, it's crucial in a format like this that you not get deflated when you make an error, because even if the person across from you doesn't make an error there, you still have 2 or 3 or 4 or 6 other players in your pool that could make an error there. And you don't know until the scores are all collected if that one mistake of yours was really that big of a deal.
So pushing.
You got to always push.
You
should always do that even in your private.
Anyway, but at tournaments, you have to, if you're just practicing and stuff like that, take a breather, reset your mind, stuff like that. You cannot do that in a tournament setting. It's a totally different environment.
Every
when
step
you
counts.
have 150 people right behind you, watching. You got people on stream, everything else. There's that mental factor as well you got to play in here.
Okay,
so
let's
see
Here we go.
The mental toughness of RC1 and Malkier's on full display here. Both of them handle the speed right out the gate very, very well. Oh, RC1 gets an early drop right around the 100 mark. Let's see if he can capitalize on. Oh, another mistake on malkier. Can RC1 make? No, he got a drop too. So they're both around the 70s. malkier has 1 drop. RC1 has 2. So we're going to see this. Can RC1 keep it clean enough to catch back up where malkier was?
Right now, I would guess it's a razor, like tiny difference between the two. But there's a lot of tough stuff left to come in this chart. I'm noticing
handling the turns and the fast. Oh, got caught up in the broken M on malkier. So here we go. RC1 dropped it 2. Neck and neck. Who's going to make the fewest mistakes?
We're still almost identical, I would guess. Both of them have made non-combos in basically the exact same places, both times, I believe.
Right.
I'm noticing malkier, because I can see him better, is extremely good playing behind his back. He's very good.
RC1 got a few misses there in those drills.
This is it.
Who's handling the brackets? Oh, malkier had trouble with the brackets. So
RC1
again, very evenly matched in different areas. This is going to come down to the wire.
Man, so RC1 really killed it on the brackets where you turn your ankle inward, which is something that I personally find almost impossible. Very impressive.
Oh, they're neck and neck. Look at that combo right there. Oh, unfortunately, RC1 got a couple drops there. malkier's handling the end pretty well. Cleanly handles the ending. I think malkier,
that's going to be very close, but I think malkier's going to win by a little bit. It feels like a small margin. It feels like it's going to be a real small margin. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, 9,000 points, which is a little bigger than I would have expected. The perfect count's very similar, but the miscount was where it's at. I don't know if maybe there was a part where RC1 like dropped a freeze or something, and that was what contributed to the miscount difference. But very close, very close.
Well, I think there were some misses in the drills as well.
Oh, okay.
So there was a couple where he got off beat. There was at least some bads, if not full-on misses. But there was a time where it was just like da-da-da-da, and you didn't see that perfect flash. So there was definitely some misses.
He just got slightly off the rhythm or something. That happens. I was very impressed by how he handled the bracket sections, because again, the anything where you have to turn your ankle like inwards, like where your right foot, the toes are facing to the left, so your heel's on the down right, your toes are on the center, is so tricky. It's so hard. Again, like
especially if you don't have that lower ankle and calf strength to be able to do that quickly too. It's not just about turning it in, it's about hitting them consistently and quickly, especially on songs like Gloria. They're so fast, right?
Yeah. Matt Miller, one of the best players in the entire United States of America, phenomenal player. That is one of his biggest hangups is bracketing, where you have to turn your ankle in. We've talked about it a lot, especially with your left foot. It's really hard. It's crazy hard. And that's a skill that when you play charts like Gloria, you're building blocks for the future. All right, here we go.
The community's favorite chart right here.
Everybody's favorite. I love the feel of this chart, the flow.
Oh, RC1 gets a few drops on that first Scooby run. Like right there. Oh, no.
It's interesting to see how they approach these freeze taps.
Right.
Do you do them as crossovers? Do you just do them as double steps?
It's funny because I wonder if they were familiar with the chart and they saw it as a 16 and they were like, okay, cool, we're going to leave it alone. Right?
That's got to be what it is. A lot of these younger players are not.
I mean, they didn't grow up with that era. So it's interesting to see. Now, of course, that's an assumption. We don't know what their skills, but look at how cleanly they're making the steps now. So they're clearly adjusting if they didn't know on the fly.
If they don't know this chart, they're doing a great job.
They're not showing it. Like right there. That's so clean.
This is that young person hip mobility where they're getting all the way out to the side.
Now, unfortunately, RC dropped it around 380, but then malkier dropped it around 460. So that's gonna come into effect towards the end, right?
I still think, though, it's all going to come down to, like, 5 perfects. Like, that's going to be the real difference.
But do you hear how crisp they're sounding, too? Like those steps?
Great. God, I love this chart. Everything about it. I love the song. It's so beautiful. Oh,
RC1 has some struggles there. malkier didn't keep it clean either.
Had some trouble getting adjusted, turning back to the left.
RC1's really struggling towards the end. Unfortunately,
RC1's gassed out. I
don't blame him. I don't blame him.
That's the thing is, you see slow BPM 16, you think, oh, this can't be that tiring. But the thing is, turning your body back and forth, back and forth, back and forth is so exhausting.
And there's only around 500-600 steps in it too.
Right? Yeah.
So, but just the amount of body movement and body control and mental capacities you have to perform in a chart like that It looks easy.
Doing those parts where it's like jump, 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 M run, like da-da-da-da, is like so tough to go like bop, 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 and like be crisp on the beat.
So real quick.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take a quick break. They're going to do a reset right now. Let's take another quick break. Again, you are watching Mistake on the Lake 5. Welcome. This is pump level 4. We are in the S16 through 20 ranges, and we've got a couple of shout-outs to some sponsors, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So first off,
Mosaic paw print. We got ceramics. We got all kinds of Pump It Up merchandise. We got a link we can copy and paste here for their store, and there's a 10% discount code right now going on. Hit that link right there. Please come support.
Harukaze, amazing member of the community. Some of these items that I've seen were absolutely mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Like, they were so amazing.
I remember I was having a hard time figuring out, but I remember now the ceramics, I've like seen them get posted in like Facebook and Discord, and they look incredible. They're like this big, and they're like these amazing like models of cabinets and stuff. They're so cool.
Like the LX cabinet that she posted.
Yeah, it's super sick.
I had one on Twitter, right? And it was an LX cabinet. It was like almost like perfect. When you look at it, it's like just a shrunken down version. It's like, can I just put some grow formula on this and make it a full-size cap, because it had that level of detail. It's so good.
My only question is, are the pads modded on that LX cabinet? That's what I want to know. Do we got some foam?
I don't know.
Got some foam up in there?
I saw Haru in the chat earlier. Maybe she can answer that question if the pads are modded.
Are the pads modded on the LX?
They're really flush. Right? and then secondarily, of course, we also have Concom PIU, right? Again, almost a decade providing quality gear to the community at large. You see her builds everywhere. Yep. Jackets, like I'm joining the Dance Rush later, and there's so many people with that Dance Rush jacket on, the customizations, everything else. So, and posters.
I'm pretty sure that half of the players in Florida have that jacket, if not more.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So massive shout out to both of our sponsors again, and finally, Round 1 Mentor.
Round 1.
The hospitality alone.
Yes.
Like the management staff, the staff here helping us out with the cards, helping us out at the bar, helping us out the food, getting the party room situated, reorganizing everything here to accommodate the massive amount of people that are here today. It is awe-inspiring.
I am a particular fan of the 2DX tunnel, where they've completely reshaped everything to give the 2DX cabinet its own like beautiful little enclave.
Absolutely
wonderful. So. And shout out, not a sponsor or anything, but to the Ohio DDR team,
100%.
All the volunteers who have made this event so easy.
They are raising the bar.
We don't have to do anything. We just sit here and we talk.
We just talk.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty chill. Yeah. All these people are doing all kinds of crazy computer programming stuff.
I want to say it's been an absolute pleasure to be on the comms with you today.
Thank you.
So, we came into this a little bit cold, right?
Yes.
First time meeting and everything else. But, but definitely looking forward to day 2 with you tomorrow as well.
Absolutely. I think we're passing the baton now, right? I assume we are.
I think we are.
I don't see. Oh, there's Jason. Yeah. So I'm guessing it's time. Is this the end of the pool?
I think
that was the pool. I'm guessing it's time.
They're going to go ahead and situate this out. We're going to go ahead and switch to an idle for a little bit while they figure this out. But yeah, Dusk, Mike, Dante, Vicnab, whatever. So much for everything. Yeah, thank you, man. We're going to pass the buck to the comms. Yeah, you made this real easy. I guess for the time being, we'll take the headsets off. So, all right. Thank you all for tuning in to Mistake on the Lake. Continue. Lots more to come. This is just day 1.